Habari Gani. Are we excited tonight? We are celebrating the principle of Nia, and Nia means purpose. And before I move forward with my presentation discussing the power of purpose, do I have permission from my elders to speak?
Permission granted.
Thank you so much. So, good afternoon. My name is Sabriyah Laila Smith, born and raised in the beautiful city of Buffalo, New York, and I'm the proud founder of Western New York Community Bulletin Board, WNY Community Bulletin Board on Facebook, where we promote African American businesses, events, and news. I'm also a proud graduate of the University at Buffalo and the New York Institute of Massage. So, here's the thing. Today we are celebrating the principle of Nia, and Nia means purpose. Purpose is one of my most favorite principles because this is how I live my life. This is how I walk. This is how I move. And I encourage you all to do the same thing. So let's talk about, what does the principle of purpose mean? The principle of purpose during the celebration of Kwanzaa and beyond, 365 days per year, is to make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. I'm going to read that a little bit slower because you have to catch that. To make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. So let's talk about that for a moment. How do we do that? How do we develop our community? And how then do we restore our people to their traditional greatness? That is very heavy, but it's something that we can do. Let's talk about that. So first of all, let's think about it. In order to restore, build, and develop our community and to restore our people, we first have to what? Understand who we are. You can't build or develop anything without you knowing you. That's just the bottom line. You can't invest in any other things without you investing in yourself first. That's one of the building blocks and the keys to developing anything, whether it's your family, your education, your dinner, whatever you're building, whatever you're developing. You have to know you. You have to know who you are and what it is that you want. How do we do that? We do that by, first of all, spending time with ourselves. I talk about this literally all of the time. And how do we develop ourselves? We develop ourselves by meditating. We have to get into a quiet space. We develop ourselves by deep breathing. We develop ourselves by prayer. We develop ourselves by reading things that are to edify us, not to break us down, but to actually build us up. We develop ourselves by trying new things and doing things that are new and exciting, and that is going to expand your mind, your heart, your spirit, and your soul. You have to know who you are before you can be a builder and a developer of anything. So make sure the first thing you do, if you really want to restore, if you really want to make things better, if you really want the African American community to be bigger and brighter, then start with you. Make yourself bigger and brighter first. Second, if we're going to continue to restore and develop our community, we have to then make sure that our families are intact, right? We have to make sure that we're investing and developing in our home. Why is that? Because our families are the building blocks of our community. We have to, and I mean have to, and I mean literally have to, take the time to invest in our home. That means making sure that we're safe, making sure that our children are safe, making sure that we are being responsible with our finances, making sure that our family is being responsible for their health, making sure that we are communicating, doing the things necessary to make our families stronger and better. Our families are the building blocks of our community. And right now, our families are falling apart. We can't rely on other resources to make our families better. It's literally up to us to do that. Another thing is that your thoughts, your behaviors, and your actions are also the keys to developing and making our community better and brighter. One of the things that I want you to remember, if you remember nothing else from this video, is this, is that your actions and your behaviors actually have an impact on people that you may have never met in your whole life. If you're doing negativity, guess what? Negativity spreads to people that you don't even know. If you are doing positive things, if you are doing honest things, those things are going to spread to people that you don't even know. So, yes, it's about building and restoring and opening schools and businesses and supporting things like that. But it's about doing the simple things of taking care of you, your family, and making sure that your actions and that your behaviors are in alignment with the principle of Nia, which means purpose. We have to live like that. Also, getting a little bit bigger and broader is that as a community, we have to be on the same page, speaking the same language. We have to practice the principles of the Nguzo Saba each and every day. It is not okay to just put on African clothes. It's not okay to just have dreadlocks. It's not okay to just speak a language just for attention. If you are not living Umoja, Kujichagulia, Ujima, Ujima, Nia, Kaumba, Animani every day, that's something that we need to live and work on. Because those are the things that are going to help us to actually build and restore and help our people return to their traditional greatness. We all have to do that. We all have to take the time out to be able to make things bigger and better and brighter. We cannot wait for people to develop our communities. If we want things done, we need to get things done and have a mindset of growth in everything that we do. Again, we cannot wait for people to develop our communities. We cannot wait for politicians. We can't wait for whoever or whatever. It has to be up to us. And we do that by having a mindset of growth. A mindset of growth. And our actions that we do every day are the things that will help us to grow and will help our community to grow. It's our actions, it's our mindset, it's our behaviors that make an impact. And here's the thing. You may not agree with me, but that's okay. But in my opinion, there is nothing too big or too small that makes a difference in community development. Yes, it is imperative that we do take the time out to work on building making schools for our kids and opening up restaurants and mentoring and doing all of those things. Some people can't, or they may not have the resources to do that. And for those people who cannot open up a bank or open up a school or open up a restaurant, I want you to know that the things that you do are just as valuable. You taking care of your children are just as valuable in community development. You going to school is just as valuable in helping out with community development. You cleaning up your neighborhood, you volunteering are just as valuable. So I don't want you to feel as though, well, I can't open up a black bank right now, or I can't open up a black school right now. What can you do to develop your community? And how can you support other people that have the resources that are able to do those things? So if you're not able to do those things, but if there is a black owned business that you can support, if there are things that you can support, then do just that. Go to a black owned restaurant. Support an African American community center. Support businesses. Support black seamstresses. Support black hairdressers. Support those things. Support our men that are trying to do good things. Help them and support them. Those are the things. If you can't do something, but somebody else has the ability and the resources and the finances to do those things, then you support them. Don't take the time out to bash people or to hurt people. We need to understand that our words have power and our actions have power. And the actions that we do each and every day help us to build and develop our community. If we don't support black-owned businesses, then how will our community continue to develop if we don't support it? Not anybody else, but if we don't support it. That's what we need to do. Those are the things that we need to do. And that's how we live out truly the principle of NIA, to make our collective vocation the building and developing of our community in order to restore our people to their traditional greatness. The last thing I want to say is that our words matter. The way that we treat people matter. Just going into someone's business or someone's restaurant and being kind to them and being supportive makes a huge difference. But I will also say this, that when people come into your businesses and into your places that you've built, you have to be kind to them back. All of that, being kind to each other, how we treat each other, is how we will continue to build, continue to restore, and continue to develop. That is how we continue to build our self-confidence. That is how we continue to do the things that we need to do to grow. And the last thing I will say is that make sure that the images you look at, that the music you listen to, that what you watch on TV, that the food that you eat, that the things that you put inside of you are going to edify you. When you're edified, when you're balanced, when you're focused, you are able to heal, you are able to grow, you are able to fly, and you will then see your community in such a different way where you're actually going to want to go out there and support. You're going to actually want to go out there and volunteer. You're going to look at things differently, but you have to take care of yourself. You have to love on you. You have to spend time with your family, and you have to know that you are beautiful, that you are valuable, and that you are worthy, and that your community, despite what anybody has to say about it, is beautiful, strong, and worthy. I hope that you enjoy this beautiful day. I hope that something that I said will put a smile on your face. Happy Kwanzaa. Enjoy your day. And I hope that you have a prosperous and exciting 2021. Again, my name is Sabriyah Smith, and I will talk to you soon.